In the vast, sun-scorched expanse of the African savanna, a lone donkey stood, its coat the color of dust and its ears drooping from a long, arduous journey. Every step was a testament to its weariness, the heat a heavy blanket on its back. It had traveled for days, driven by a thirst that felt like a fire in its throat, searching for a waterhole that seemed to be a mirage always just beyond the shimmering horizon. Suddenly, it froze. Not a muscle twitched. Its ears, once limp, shot up, swiveling like tiny satellites, catching a sound that didn't belong to the gentle rustle of the dry grass. A prickle of fear, sharp and cold, ran down its spine. Something was watching. The air, thick with the scent of acacia and earth, now carried a new, unsettling aroma. Danger. Out from behind a cluster of thorny bushes, a figure emerged, its form distorted by the heat waves rising from the ground. As it drew closer, its unmistakable, shambling gait and spotted coat revealed its identity, a hyena. But it was the sound that truly announced its presence, a low, unsettling chuckle that seemed to mock the silence of the savannah. It was a sound that promised mischief, a laugh that held no joy, only a chilling, predatory hunger. The donkey's heart hammered against its ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the quiet wilderness. Every instinct screamed at it to run, to flee, but its legs were rooted to the spot, paralyzed by a primal fear. The hyena circled slowly, its yellow eyes glinting with a cunning intelligence. Lost, little one. It rasped, its voice a gravelly whisper. You look tired. Thirsty, perhaps? The donkey remained silent, its breath caught in its chest. The hyena took another step closer, its laughter bubbling up again. You're in luck. I know a place. A secret spring hidden from the world, where the water is cool and sweet. Follow me, and your thirst will be a distant memory. The offer was tempting, a siren's call in the desolate landscape. The donkey's throat was so dry it felt like sandpaper. A hidden spring sounded like paradise. But as it looked into the hyena's eyes, it saw not kindness, but a deep, dark abyss. It saw a reflection of its own fear, and something else, a glint of triumph, a flicker of a plan already set in motion. The hyena's smile was too wide, its teeth too sharp. This was not a guide, it was a hunter. High above, hidden in the dense canopy of a colossal baobab tree, another pair of eyes watched the drama unfold. An old ape, its fur a distinguished silver gray, sat motionless on a thick branch. It had seen countless suns rise and set over this savanna, had witnessed the intricate dance of life and death play out 1,000 times. Its gaze was deep and knowing, missing nothing, not the donkey's trembling fear, not the hyena's feigned friendliness, and certainly not the predatory hunger that burned behind its smiling facade. The ape's face was a mask of calm contemplation, but its mind was racing, calculating the angles, weighing the possibilities. It had seen this hyena's treachery before. It knew the sweet promises were just bait for a deadly trap. The wind whispered through the leaves, carrying the tension from the scene below, and the ape listened, waiting for the right moment. Down on the ground the air grew heavy, charged with unspoken threats. The donkey, torn between desperate hope and crippling fear, took a hesitant step. The hyena's grin widened, a silent, cruel victory. It gestured with its head. This way, it urged, its voice dripping with false sincerity. It's not far. Soon, you will drink. The donkey's gaze flickered nervously from the hyena's predatory eyes to the endless, empty savanna around them. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It felt the trap closing in, the invisible walls of the hyena's scheme solidifying around it. The sun beat down relentlessly, blurring the edges of the world, making the scene feel like a fever dream. It can smell death in the air, a scent as strong and as real as the dust under its hooves. Finally, the camera pans up to the ape. A tight shot on its face shows a flicker of movement, a subtle narrowing of its eyes. Its brow is furrowed in deep concentration. It's not just watching anymore, it's planning. A decision has been made. The old ape knows that inaction is a choice, and in this moment, it is a choice it refuses to make. The hyena, sensing the donkey's compliance, can barely contain its excitement. It lowers its body, its muscles coiling like powerful springs. The pretense is over. The mask of the helpful guide has fallen away, revealing the true face of the predator beneath. With a guttural snarl that rips through the quiet air, it lunges. The movement is a blur of spotted fur and flashing teeth, an explosion of pent-up violence. For a single, stretched-out heartbeat, the world freezes. The donkey, its eyes wide with the finality of its fate. The hyena, suspended in mid-air, a missile of pure malice. The savannah, a silent, indifferent witness. The scene holds suspended in that single, critical moment, the absolute peak of tension. Just as the hyena's jaws are about to close, a shadow detaches from the baobab tree. It's the ape swinging down on a long, thick vine with breathtaking speed and precision. It moves not with anger, but with a fluid, calculated grace. It's a blur of silver fur against the bright blue sky. It doesn't attack the hyena directly. That would be a fool's errand. Instead, with a powerful, acrobatic twist, it kicks a large, loose rock at the base of a precariously balanced stone pillar nearby. The ape's move is a masterstroke of strategy, using the environment itself as a weapon. It's a chess move in a game of life and death, and the ape has just shouted check. The rock strikes the base of the stone pillar with a loud crack. For a second, nothing happens. Then, with a deep groan, the ancient pillar begins to topple. It falls not towards the hyena or the donkey, but in a direction that will change the entire dynamic of the confrontation. The hyena, startled by the sudden noise and movement, aborts its attack. It lands awkwardly, its focus shifting from its prey to the new, unexpected threat. It whips its head around, confusion and rage warring in its yellow eyes. The donkey, granted a miraculous, split-second reprieve, scrambles backward, its legs finally obeying its frantic commands to flee. The ground shakes as tons of rock come crashing down, kicking up a massive cloud of red dust that instantly engulfs the scene. The dust cloud is a thick, impenetrable curtain, hiding the outcome from view. The world is reduced to sound the thunderous crash of the falling pillar, the hyena's enraged snarls, the donkey's panicked brays, and a sharp, triumphant cry from the ape. Who is trapped? Who is safe? Did the ape's clever trick work? Did it outsmart the hunter, or did its intervention only make things worse? The dust swirls and churns, a chaotic vortex of uncertainty. The tension, which had reached its peak, now transforms into a desperate need for answers. Just as a shape begins to emerge from the settling dust, just as the final result is about to be revealed, the screen cuts to black. And then we are back. Back in the sun-scorched expanse of the African savanna. The lone donkey stands, its coat the color of dust, its ears drooping. Suddenly, it freezes. Not a muscle twitches. A prickle of fear, sharp and cold, runs down its spine. It has sensed a predator. The cycle begins again, trapping us in that initial, perfect moment of suspense, forever waiting for the story to unfold, forever caught between the hyena's threat and the ape's promise of intervention. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.